What is going on, folks? I am Goat. Welcome back to Warframe. We just got, at least from my perspective, just got done recording the Frost update build. And this next recommendation was, I had to really kind of dig around and look exactly where all this came from. I think part of this build was from Nightmare. It was another streamer that sent me a build, and when I got to looking around, I'm pretty sure that a lot of this build is actually from Nightmare. I kind of made my own Nightmare frame is who I'm talking about, by the way. If you don't know, I'm sure you do. Anybody who's watched any kind of content for Warframe. So I don't want to like not give any credit where it may be due on this, and I'm sure other people have probably done this similar type of build. But we're going to talk about Trinity, because I have to preface the fact that I have shit all over Trinity time and time again from the basis of squad support, and I will honestly continue to do so for the basic reason of Stynex exists and Wisp exists. Okay, those two frames can basically grant a fuck ton of overguard to a squad plus regen or energy, or haste and heal a squad plus allow rad procs from Breach Surge and just annihilate groups of enemies. So I mean, like, you've got a lot of good between two other frames that Trinity just kind of has a sufferable issue to where she feeds squads good stuff, right? She really does. No getting around that. But in the grand scheme of things, because of Wisp and because of Stynex, it makes it really hard to say, you know, oh my god, best fucking squad support frame in the game. But there's a whole different ball game here that I've got to show you. And yes, you're seeing this right. The Stephalos, the Occucore, and the fucking Zorus. Now, we just saw the Occucore and the Zorus on Frost. I'm actually doing this specifically because of this setup. So the build is as follows. It is 3 crimsons for duration, and then we've got casting speed and casting speed, because the truth of it is that her casting speed is a little crap. Now, could I get away with 1 here and then do another crimson for ability duration? Sure. So Nourish, this is your wild card spot. Okay, like, I'm simply gonna say your best bet is going to be something for more output damage. Now, Nourish kind of double dips you on that because it gives a base damage percentage increase, plus it gives a viral specific damage increase. And of course you get energy regen, but that in itself with Trinity is kind of a non-factor, because energy vampire by itself gives you, with her augment most especially, gives you a lot of energy back. So it's a good time. But then you do have energy vampire, which deals true damage, and then you get energy per pulse of the enemy, or if you just fucking kill them, they die with a vengeance. Link is basically pure survivability. It is armor reduction of any enemy that you're linked to. And yeah, the radius isn't as good as other builds, and you're going to see why, but there's a good reason behind it. Yeah, so it's basically just redirecting energy. And then, of course, you have damage reduction. It's a good time, on top of redirecting energy. And then you've got health restoration. So it's a good time. So that being said, this is the build. Now, I actually had to go look it up because I thought I had seen this build before, and I saw a variant of it, right? So my old build is this. My old build was actually, hold on. My old solo build, let's put it this way. And yeah, I put Spellbind on there because I was doing a test, but I had a 280% ability duration with 100% efficiency, absolute dog shit range, but this was a solo Steel Path build, okay? And then 210% ability strength. This is a more than survivable build, okay? It really is. But this is I'm not dying today build. They're survivable, they're squad support, and then they're just basically, unless I forget to cast some shit, I ain't dying. The reason that my range is a little lesser than other people would do is because I double dipped on 2 auger mods on here. Okay, so the whole 80% instead of 40% energy spent on abilities is converted to shields. So basically I'm just getting more shields quicker. So energy leech, obviously, excess energy replenishes shields by 150%. Vampire leech is always a good time. And then Vampire Leech, sorry. And then Abating Link reduces armor rating by 60% on enemies targeted by Link, hence why we have the 128% armor reduction. Because That is your starting number. So, I mean, the build's pretty simple. You know, multi-efficiency, as long as I have fucking shields, which, by the way, by Vampire Leech, by Augur Message, and Augur Reach, and me casting abilities, I'm going to have shields. And then I've got multi-augmented for just more ability strength, and then the, you know, on a status effect with a weapon, which hence why I have an Ocucore, I have the Zorus, and I have the fucking Stephalos of all things, triggering growing power for 25% additional ability strength. So I try to kind of keep track of that as I'm firing. It's a good time. Yeah, this build is really dumb. Like, this is just like I think there are 4 things in the game that can stop this build's survivability. They go as follows. They go as null combos, nullifiers, the Acolyte Violence, and then the 60i Super Boss. Those are the only things that I know of that can absolutely shut down your abilities or nullify your abilities. The only other thing that will get you killed with this build is if you basically don't cast abilities and just stand there like a dum-dum baby and get shot in the fucking face. Now, as further proof positive of just how pure the survivability is on this, and yes, I'm taking the Stephalos to Kuva Fortress because the Riven disposition's rising on it, and I have a Riven for it. I have a minus recoil plus status chance, plus something else. I think plus ammo capacity.
Set off the alarms to draw them out, then steal their Kuva catalysts.
I mean, sure, could I change one of the amber shards over to the energy regen? Yeah, I could do that too. Not really greatly concerned with it though. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about the Hound, because the Hound was one of the things that was recommended to me, and I understood why once I saw it.
Use these to sustain your
Hey guys.
environment or attach Kuva catalysts to begin harvesting.
Hey, buddy. We get done with this and I'll go over the Hound. Because the Hound's kind of a specific thing, and the Hound is actually how I figured out this was quite a bit of Nightmare's build. And it makes a lot of sense because this is a very, very sturdy build. See, I want lots of status.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Excuse me, bitch. Here, hold on. Yeah, that fucking Zorus is kind of nasty, and I like it. The thing of it is I like glaives, so we already know that I have a like for the Zorus, but I also have a thing about the Zorus. See, I need to cast abilities, or I'm gonna fucking die because I'm being stupid. My stupid Hound. See, that's the one thing about running this specific setup with the Hound, is that it's like, eh, you little bastard. Bruh. If it goes after an Arctic Eximus for its null audit ability. See, so as long as I don't let a melee target just come up and start beating on me, I lose very little shields, first of all, while being shot. But second of all, they're basically kicking their own ass.
Another life support capsule is now available.
It's kind of one of those, like, from a tank standpoint. People talk about Inaros being a tanky frame. Inaros can't do this. Inaros is very set on having, you know, basically a certain augment mod coupled with adaptation and just a shit ton of health and armor. And that's all fine and well to a point, but at some point you have to go into what is tankiness in this game. And part of tankiness in this game is the fact of its abilities. Like, I've seen somebody actually question the tankiness of Revenant, and like the whole fact that Revenant isn't a god tier mode or a god tier frame, quite simply just because you know, all it takes is a nullifier to take down his ability of survival. Well, that's a lot of frames, isn't it? I mean, if we really think about it, how many frames does that actually include? Because that's like the dumbest argument ever. Oh, a nullifier takes away your ability. Okay. Go ahead, give me your Weeble Warbles. Alright, buddy boy, come kick my ass. I mean, like, how do you get mad at this? And this isn't even like ridiculously high investment. Like, I've got some builds that are like 7 or 8 fucking former for a frame. Okay, that's some pretty high investment shit. Something that I believe this is 2 or 3. This is way more reasonable.
Our operative is making progress. This will help our cause. When you need it, extraction is ready.
So I try to fly off the fucking map like a fucking asshole. So yeah, I mean, how good is Trinity with a build like this? Exceptional. Is she perfect? No. Because, I mean, again, you know, something that can nullify abilities is absolutely going to run your fucking day. But does that mean that she's bad? No, because there's so many frames in this game that their day is ruined with abilities being nullified. Just in case something shoots me, I want it to take viral damage because, haha, I'm petty like that.
It is done.
But yeah, I mean, picture, you know, an 81% Stephalos status chance, or 81% status chance Stephalos doing this kind of nonsense because I'm literally just, you know, peeling armor away and adding more viral procs into the build. Because it's primarily a heat-based Stephalos build. Here, you know what? Fuck it. I said I was going to go talk about the Hound anyway, but let's go look at the Stephalos build because it's changed a little since I did the Riven, or a guy got the Riven. So it is, oh yeah, it's punch through, which is really funny because it already has an 8 punch through. Basically, it hits an enemy and it gets bigger. But it's minus 71.5 recoil, which this thing kicks like a fucking elephant that's really, really having a bad day. Plus a 2.2 punch through, plus 69% status chance. So it's not even like an OP roll, and it's 94.4% status. Yeah, it's a good time. Like, it really just kind of knocks a motherfucker. But the Hound, right? So, yes, I'm a Trekkie, I'm a nerd. All 3 of my Hounds are named after Data variants. I have Data, Lore, and B4. Data is usually the one that I have messed with, and this is the build for Data. Specifically, more armor strip capability. Manifold Bond, Momentous Bond are kind of the thing. Null Audit is very good. Because Null Audit isn't just the Hound stealing an Eximus or an XMI ability, but it's also stripping 50% of their fucking overguard when they do it. So it's a good time. And then I've really been a fan, even though this doesn't do a ton of damage, it's still electric damage, so it's a stagger. But Synergized Prospectus is actually way better than you think it is, because it's a good little stagger thing that just reaches out and hits enemies, so it's a good time. Obviously Prime Pack Leader, so we can, you know, just heal the dog and keep him from fucking dying. This is one specifically for this Trinity build, okay? Like, you can put Medi-Ray in here for other frames if you're wanting to use this Hound. It's a quick mod swap or just a config copy, and you know, basically go for, you know, shields, or go for, you know, health, shield regen, health regen, and all you have to do is just swap a singular mod. But it's 3-former for data. We're using the Bataton, which is melee just like the other three, or the other two Hound weapons. It's seriously just status, which fits right into, I think it's Momentous, Manifold Bond. So, and it, because it's a melee base, it fits into Vicious Bond as well. And that's, I mean, that's the Hound. So let's see what's gonna be the next. Oh yeah, we'll get into Varuna next, because Varuna is silly. Another augment. That comment's been a ways back. I'm not going to sit there and try to hunt it down, but whoever left me the comment about, hey man, check out the fourth ability augment, we're going to get into that in the next video. So folks, thanks very much for watching. As always, we'll catch you in the next one. All right.